Hey there, crypto enthusiasts and market observers. Welcome to Key to Crypto, or KTC, your ultimate hub for everything related to crypto. For today's video, we'll be unpacking the latest Bitcoin news and updates. The question we're all pondering isn't just what occurs on day one, it's the ripple effect in the aftermath. Galaxy Digital recently dropped a research report estimating a staggering $14 billion influx into the ETF within the first year. But what does this influx mean for Bitcoin's price? And what might one Bitcoin's value be post-BlackRock's ETF approval? Anthony Pompliano, in a recent appearance on CNBC, shed some light on this topic. Before diving into the future of Bitcoin's price, let's first understand how we got here. To grasp Bitcoin's current standing, we need to rewind to 2018 and 2019. During that time, Bitcoin had scaled to a remarkable $20,000 in the bull market, only to plummet to a mere $3,000. The intriguing twist that convinced legendary investor Stanley Druckenmiller to enter the Bitcoin arena was that despite the colossal drop, remarkably, a staggering 80% of Bitcoin holders at the peak retained their holdings, reflecting a remarkably steadfast and confident Bitcoin community. Currently, 56% are long-term holders, which translates to a constrained supply. In fact, Bitcoin is profoundly liquid, with 76% of it remaining untouched within the past year, and a remarkable 56% untouched for the past 2 years. This scarcity was a pivotal driving force that catapulted Bitcoin's price from that $3,000 trough to the astounding heights of $69,000, delivering a jaw-dropping 23x growth in roughly 3 years. This feat was largely attributed to a perfect storm of a supply-demand imbalance, money printing, and low interest rates, and of course, the Bitcoin halving event. Fast forward to today, and we seem to be navigating back to a similar scenario. While interest rates are climbing, and the Federal Reserve is attempting to curb money printing, the US bears a staggering $33.5 trillion debt burden, a financial heavy anchor due to proxy wars, immigration issues, and persistent inflationary pressures. With no clear path to solve these problems, the likely route forward is a return to loose monetary policy. When that occurs, it is highly likely to align with another Bitcoin boom. This prospect resonates with the assertions of Anthony Pompliano, who corroborates our discussions in our previous video, revealing that long-term holders of Bitcoin are holding strong, illustrating unwavering confidence, while short-term holders dwindle to an all-time low. With these dynamics in mind, Bitcoin is poised to soar as BlackRock advances towards the launch of its spot Bitcoin ETF. The iShares Bitcoin Trust by BlackRock has secured listing on the DTCC, Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation, which handles NASDAQ trades with the ticker symbol IBTC, all key steps to bringing this ETF to market. So, the intriguing question remains, just how much will one Bitcoin be worth in the grand scheme of things? As always, bear in mind that in the world of cryptocurrencies, anything is possible. The cardinal rule, never invest more than you are willing to lose, remains the sage advice for every crypto enthusiast. However, even the co-founder of Reddit, Alexis Ohanian, can't deny the undeniable growth of this asset, Bitcoin. He expresses that, and I quote, "It's funny. Bitcoin has always felt somewhat akin to gold. If you tried to explain the importance of gold in human culture, it wouldn't be hard to understand, especially for me as an Armenian. For some reason, I've always had a soft spot for gold. It's like a cultural affinity for this shiny piece of metal. The shiny rock has been cherished and revered over the years. While there are investors who remain skeptical about it being a great asset, there's an ever-growing number of people who share this cultural fondness for it. Bitcoin finds itself in a similar realm. Perhaps it resonates more with a different generation, one that leans towards tech savviness. But when all is said and done, I invest with a long-term horizon. I don't concern myself with the day-to-day or hour-to-hour market fluctuations. Each investment I make carries a 10-year time horizon." Interesting insights, right? Let's know more about Alexis Ohanian. Before we continue, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss any of our uploads. Alexis Ohanian dropped a fascinating revelation. He's not just a casual observer of the crypto world. He's been an early Ethereum investor from way back in 2014. During Ethereum's pre-sale, he scooped up a hefty 50,000 ETH. Fast forward to today, and that stash has transformed into a digital treasure worth nearly $82 million. But what's the story behind this unexpected crypto passion? Ohanian, a 39-year-old entrepreneur with Armenian roots, shared a deeply personal connection to the world of cryptocurrencies. He revealed that his ancestors had endured tragic events in the past. During the Armenian genocide in 1915, some of his great-grandparents had suffered the most horrifying fates, falling victim to Turkish soldiers. As a result of this traumatic chapter in his family's past, Ohanian has emerged as a staunch advocate for assets that exist beyond the reach of centralized institutions. He understands the immense value of owning assets that can't be easily seized by any single state. It's a concept that resonates deeply with him and his personal history. Almost a decade ago, Ohanian recognized the potential of a groundbreaking blockchain protocol called Ethereum and decided to invest $15,000 in its native token, ETH. Back then, this translated to roughly 30 cents per token. Today, that initial investment has skyrocketed to approximately $82 million, marking an astonishing 546,000% return. However, in hindsight, Ohanian admits he wishes he'd put even more into it. But even in 2021, he was a little cryptic about the extent of his Ethereum holdings, saying he had a lot without delving into specifics. Beyond his co-founding role at Reddit, Ohanian has ventured into the world of venture capital with the establishment of 776. This firm made quite an entrance by raising a whopping $500 million at the start of 2022, dedicated to supporting cryptocurrency startups. Not stopping there, they followed up with another successful fundraising round of $177 million a few months later. Ohanian isn't just an observer. He's also a proponent of non-fungible tokens, NFTs. Last summer, he purchased an NFT from the Bored Ape Yacht Club, BAC collection, and thoughtfully gifted it to his wife, the tennis superstar Serena Williams. Now switching gears, so you might wonder, how much could one Bitcoin be worth right after the ETF approval? Experts have different speculations about this. It ultimately hinges on how much money flows into these ETFs. If minimal money flows in, then not much will change. But with the big financial institutions now selling these ETFs, we can expect a noticeable shift. The combined sales forces of Invesco, BlackRock, Cathie Wood's ARK, and Fidelity will be championing Bitcoin. According to Matrixport's analysis, if the ETF is approved, Bitcoin's price could surge to a range between $42,000 and $56,000. This estimation is grounded in potential inflows of up to $24 billion. And finally, Pompliano chimes in on the question of how much one Bitcoin might be worth post-approval. An important point worth noting here is the classic buy the rumor, sell the news scenario. Historically, events like the Bitcoin halving have followed this pattern. The ETF approval will likely be something similar. There might be a short-term surge due to the sheer excitement, but the anticipation leading up to it has already driven the price upward. What was once priced at $25,000 is now sitting at $34,000, meaning we're eating into potential returns upon approval. So it's not about what happens on day one. For instance, Galaxy Digital predicts a staggering $4 billion to flow into the ETF in the first year. If that happens, the expectation is a whopping 75% price increase. For an asset already valued in the hundreds of billions, that's a significant price move. Oh, and breaking news. Sam Bankman-Fried is stepping up. He'll testify at his criminal trial starting as soon as Thursday. It's his direct appeal to the jurors to prove he's not guilty of fraud or conspiracy. In other news, crypto lender BlockFi emerges from bankruptcy with a plan to repay customers. In the crypto world, this means they've successfully reorganized their finances and are ready to make amends with their creditors. Custodial wallet customers can start their withdrawal today, but interest-bearing account and loan customers will have to wait until early 2024 for their initial distributions. And in the realm of altcoins, Polygon has introduced its POL token contract on Ethereum. replacing Matic. This move signifies an upgrade, as POL, the next-gen token, is set to empower a broader ecosystem of ZK-based Layer 2 chains. Through a native staking protocol, POL holders can validate multiple chains and take on multiple roles on each of these chains, turning POL into a hyper-productive token. That's the reasoning behind the switch. That's it for now. If you enjoyed today's content, show your support with a like and hit that subscribe button. Together, let's build a community where curiosity and wisdom are freely exchanged and nurtured. Until next time, and remember, the future of finance is here with KTC.